What's up, Sam? How's it going? Wow, this guy is shoving all in. That's crazy. I guess I'm calling. I win. We split. I had an ace. He had an ace. He had ace 4, I had ace 7. I guess the 7 didn't play, huh? Yeah, 9 jack 10. Dang. The 10. My 7 could have played if the river was less than 7. Unfortunate for me. But oh well. At least I didn't lose to like a 2 pair or something. I'm good, Sam. Alright, that guy is aggressive. This guy's calling him. I only have 9 big blinds left. It's so sad. Wow. Looks like Jack Ace is gonna win. Double KO. Well done. Yeah, that guy's out. So I don't have to worry about him anymore. Honestly, with 6 big blinds left, I might just shut. I'm the smallest stack at this table. Oh god, this guy's all in. I think this is gonna be it for me. I think this is gonna be the end. Because I think I'm gonna play this hand. We're just gonna try it. Ooh. Oh, that's not good. Wait, I have a 10. Holy smokes, that's so good. I had 10 jacks suited. Let's go. Oh, that's so funny. I was like, that's terrible. And then I was like, wait, that's fantastic. That's so funny. So yeah, he needed an ace. Well, even an ace, well, yeah, ace he gets a better full house. All right, this is an interesting spot here. Um, I probably shouldn't play this hand. Oh, that's why. Dang it. I was thinking I'd get lucky. I have queen 4 suited. Ooh, I had 2 clubs. Oh, but this guy's a full house. Nice. Nice. JK and ace, queen. Unlucky for ace, queen. Unlucky for me. Calling that raise. I should have just folded. Instantly. Oh, I realized my, there we go. Hi, James. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. Sorry, I had like the chess scene on. I'm trying to get back into the swing of streaming. Basically, I streamed yesterday for the first time in over a month. My last stream before yesterday was my over the board tournament in Vegas at the National Open. Well, Sam, the thing with this tournament is it's a free roll. So if it's a free roll, then yeah, people don't care. So what's up, Josh? How's it going? I should learn pot limit Omaha. Uh, I mean, maybe. Some people are so bad at it. That would be me, though. I would be one of those people. Shout out to Josh. Basically, oh my God, this guy's playing 7-3 offsuit all in, and he hits a 7. That is, oh, but the flush wins on the river. He gets a side pot though. Sam's like, oh, it's free money, that's why. It's so funny. Okay, I'm gonna play this hand. So basically, this website, I made an account because Botez had some code to join, and every day they have 3 free rolls. What's up, Dan? Good to see you. So yeah, I like playing some of the free rolls is fine. All right, this I don't really know. I don't know what I'm going for. I think I'm just gonna commit to this pot. Okay, no one's betting. Can I just like, can we just go 3 here? Okay, of course he calls. Oh, no, no one folds. Oh, dear Jesus. That was, I should just fold this. I have 3s, 2 3s. So of course the river counterfeits my pocket pair. But this guy had a 10 though. That was a terrible play by me though anyways. I know, I have no... Queen, queen, I wish. I had 3-3. I bet 3 for 3, you know? No, yeah, I mean, I was probably in shove territory before that last play. Pretty much any pocket pair. So this tournament, it's they changed the settings for this, sadly. Um, but it's just whoever gets in 375th place gets $2. So that's the stakes we're playing at right now. Kings Indians not doing it for you lately. I don't know the name of what I do. It's probably like a Nimzo or something like that. Yeah, they used to have it so that like if you won first place, it was like over $100 or something. But like, ooh, 3 of a kind is nice. That kind of sucks. You flop the 2 pair and you lose. All right, this might be my all-in here. Not my favorite hand. What are the moves? D4. I'll play like knight f6. And then I'll play like e6. I think. I'd be happy if everyone folded to me. I have a feeling we're gonna get at least one caller. Your favorite hand is jacks? That's crazy. Alright, of course this guy disconnects. So if I lose this hand, I'll switch to chess, which was always the plan. C4. I'll do like D5, I guess. You're saying knight C3? No, no, no. I don't put the knight in front of the C pawn. All right, we get our caller. Ace 8. Oh, that's gonna crush me. GG. All right. Let's switch to chess now. That's okay. I gotta change my category. What's up, Chaco? Whoa, Chaco sharing their name. That's crazy. Yeah, we didn't make the $2, Sam. It's okay. I like to play just to play. It's not so much about the money. But also, like I said, they changed the tournament settings just recently. The prizes used to be larger. I mean, the overall prize payout is the same. It's just like the placing is weird. So, I don't know what they did. They done did. It's okay. All right. Let me see. Can I search for the games here? Let's see. National Open. Wow, that's wow, look at this. Let me go to the events, maybe past events. This is so long ago. Past events. Search. This is crazy. Vegas, maybe? I mean, there was clearly some events page. That site is just for us, right? What site? Where can I find... I don't know who that is. Okay, so these events pages are a little different, unfortunately. Different, as in the sizing's different. Add to the collection. So my scene's all off now. That's okay. I like E4. Hmm. It's not gonna work. All right. Hi, Uncle Jesse. Yeah, I didn't stream the I didn't stream Chess Arena like I thought I would, unfortunately, but that's okay. Joe's 2025 National Open. Wow. Are there only 3 games there? Do 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 do. Okay, I think unfortunately the vertical view is gonna have to. All right, that's gonna be totally fine. Full cam guest. Let me just make a duplicate of this. Main events view, maybe. Y'all are witnessing some real-time editing. Here we go. That's gonna have to do, I guess. That's fine. Okay, so this is round 1. Sorry for any spoilers, but it has been over a month. I had white. This was actually a really good start of an opening for me. This is my bread and butter for Sicilian. I play the Alpin C3. And I know this is theory. I personally am not a fan of putting the bishop here. And apparently the best, if they play something like this, I don't know. They want you to take, which I'm not a fan of. So luckily for me, they didn't do that. And now, when they go here, their plan is to take this because my bishop is hanging. So if I take the bishop, then their knight can just take back. But I defend the bishop, and now I don't have to worry about any of these sacrifices. I can just take the piece back, and my knight's defending the bishop now. Here now, I just take, so they have to waste the tempo. K-Rose, thanks for the follow. Okay, and now here we're trying to just blast open the center. If knight takes, pawn takes, you know, there's checks, stuff like that, or pawn takes immediately, there's checks. Now, the checks are not actually so good because check, and I figured they just sort of block with the bishop. So here, I actually just take here, and this is a really nice move because they still can't castle because I just take, and I take here. And here, now I severely messed up at this point, but this is a fantastic position for white. This move I totally forgot opens up the queen a bit, so that was one of the problems in this position, is that this bishop is unprotected. So I'm threatening to simply just take the knight, take the bishop. It's very simple. So they go here. This does a lot of things. It shields the e-file. It protects the bishop, but it also attacks the knight. And I just totally forgot about this discovery here. So I was too busy daydreaming. I really should have just taken the knight. And if queen takes, there's queen takes here. But their king is going to have a hard time castling. They could maybe bring the queen in here. So it's maybe not so clear. But I could follow up with really strong ideas like bishop here. I guess the knight's defending mate. So I don't know. Or like maybe even rook e1 and think about sacrificing in exchange. Unfortunately, I totally didn't do any of that, or just overlooked this sacrifice. So I played bishop here. Figured I'd hit the queen first. You know, queen moves maybe, and then I take the knight because I thought knight takes, queen takes was a little annoying. But okay, I messed up. Now they sacrifice, and I lose a piece. So I'm down a pawn. I decide to keep queens on the board. They castle. I develop with tempo. Bring the bishop back with tempo. And here I'm really annoyed because I'm expecting something to attack the knight, and the bishop's defended by the knight. So I bring the bishop back. Check, and now bishop here is just crushing me. I try to come back and save myself a little bit. Rook hits the bishop. I take here. And here they should have played knight to e5. This game, I think Uncle Jesse commentated. And here they messed up. So now I get this rook lift against the queen. We take a piece, and now they're threatening mate. Here I should move the f-pawn. Apparently 2 squares is better. I just go here because I figured I'm attacking the piece. And now they pick up the rook, but I pick up the piece. So I have 2 minor pieces versus a rook. Rook coming back, threatening mate, so I defend the mate. Check. This was my big mistake of the game. So I messed up earlier in the opening where I give up a pawn. So that was unfortunate. But then they messed up. They missed their knight e5 move, and that allowed me back in the game. So they give up a rook, or I give up a rook for 2 minor pieces. So white's definitely better here. And in this stage of the game, I just messed up. I saw this, and I thought I had to like go here or something. I don't know what I was thinking. But simply just knight here, check, and I can come back, check, and now I can go here. And the knight's defending this pawn. So I overlooked this. I got in my head, I guess, and I thought I was just going to lose a piece. I don't know. Or at least the pawn. I didn't see maybe that the knight was defending the pawn was my main issue here. So instead of going into this line, I thought I just give up the pawn. And I thought the knight could save me, but now I'm just basically pinned till the end of time. And this really kind of sucks, unfortunately. So yeah, life is just kind of difficult here for me. I should be anticipating this move. Hit the queen again, but really their queen is just really getting much more active, and I've got all these problems. I thought I'd have some sort of compensation, but alas, it was not to be. Here, I also forgot that they can hang the rook with check, but they're going to get something back. So, well played by them, and really simple conversion. This guy was, I think, over 2,000 USCF. These are the FIDE ratings. So, he was a strong player. I definitely had chances. I was outplaying him in the opening, and then having 2 minor pieces versus the rook was good for me. But I unfortunately missed this king g3, knight e3 line idea. And that's ultimately what cost me the game. So that was game number 1. We've got game number 2 now. I still have to download the streams and post them on YouTube. So here I've got black pieces. What's up, Tish? Sorry if you said that like a year ago. I'm not used to... Well, I mean, it's been over a month since I really streamed, but I'm also not so good at keeping an eye on the TikTok chat. Okay, so if Josh is still in the chat, this might be helpful because this is a d4 game. This is what Sam was kind of saying, d4, c4. So I played knight f6, e6, and here I think I was saying d5 is kind of my move. Yeah, so I definitely am not putting the knight on c6. I guess knight c3. Yeah, that's probably the line you were talking about, because maybe I was thinking knight c6. But anyways, whenever the knight is trying to promote the e4 square and white can play e4, that's typically when I'll play d5. Just fighting over e4 essentially. And a lot of times I'll fianchetto, or I'll play c5 or knight d7. So this is kind of my standard setup against d4 openings. Here the bishop moves, so I trade, and again kind of waste their tempo a little bit. And now we go for the fianchetto, and we play c5. Knight, yeah, bishop comes back, which is kind of a weird move. This might not be so good for me. Maybe a better move is just rook c8. So we trade. They're attacking the bishop. I come back here, which is probably bad because I'm now just susceptible to the rook. So it takes, and now this was kind of awkward. And I think my opponent just played a little quickly and overlooked, like, this isn't really that bad of a pin because I have this move, intermezzo, queen here, and now I can save the knight. Here, now I take the c-file, knight attacks the bishop, but this just blunders a pawn, so I think my opponent just wasn't playing very well. Rook takes, and now queen takes, defending the bishop. Trade, queen comes in here, attacking my stuff, but now, I mean, I could even take this pawn, maybe not, but yeah, save the knight. That's another pawn. So now I'm up 2 pawns on the outside, which is fantastic. He's trying to checkmate me here, but now I have check, and I just make a flight square for myself, and the queen is covering these squares. So even if they trade, king takes, there's no longer a mate because I have a flight square. So the rook comes back, and now here's where I thought for a long time, and I actually kind of messed this up a little bit. I didn't have the best plan to convert. Yeah, Smickle, it's been a while. So yeah, I don't know what took me so long. But yeah, here I saw e5, and I think e5 is the best move. The point of e5 is if queen takes, now the knight's pinned, and I have knight e6, or the rook's pinned, basically. And we're essentially just forcing a queen trade. I lose a pawn, but we're simplifying. We get the queens off the board, and I still have the outside connected pass pawns, which are going to win the game. So instead, I go for this idea, which unfortunately just like loses material. Yo, what's up, Houseline? What's up, Sweet Blues? Shout out to Houseline. How did your match go? Did you guys win the Hand and Brain versus Elena and Tushi? I got to meet Houseline for the first time. Hopefully not the last time. I got his signature. I also met Tushar, or Tushi, perhaps, as he goes by. I got both of their signatures, which is really cool. Yeah, we didn't get it. I might have something where it's maybe from like the restaurant. But it is true. We didn't get like a one-on-one. Karaoke, maybe. I wasn't on the stage though when you guys went. I took a photo of you. But yeah, I'll have to talk more about Charlotte. Right now I'm reviewing my Vegas games. I'm like so behind, just in general, in lots of ways, but specifically as it comes to this chess streaming business. Yeah, here my idea was to try to threaten knight here if they didn't trade. I guess I don't know, but yeah, why not go like rook here? I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I'd go here and threaten this. Okay. Anyways, well, they trade, and now my knight's kind of trapped, and now I'm skewered. So we do end up trading queens, and it does cost me a pawn. But in the other way, I could have given up this e pawn instead of the a pawn. So now I only have one pass pawn, but I still feel pretty confident here. Here they trade, and I thought for sure they'd go after the d pawn, but they just walk the king up. And I didn't really realize how important this position was, but apparently just pushing the pawn and it's just like a draw. So right here I find the very important, this is like the only winning move, rook c8. So I didn't realize at the time how important this position was, but I guess sometimes you just find things when you need them. I don't know. I mean, the position is just definitely better for black. Like even if I mess it up, like maybe white still messes up even worse later, but rook c8's a very nice move. We're just trying to get to the second rank where everything is. And like pushing, it's very obvious we're not gonna like be promoting, so we have to finesse it a little bit. You have 20 games to review from all your tournaments and events. That's cool though. Um, yeah, I saw you said you have like 5 days off for the first time in like multiple months or something. So that's cool. Okay, so yeah, here now B2 is good again, but I just go for the check. King is running away from the issue here to try to hold on to the material, but unfortunately now this is going to be more than enough to win. So we just make sure that the king doesn't have any avenues to move forward. And we're never really trading anything because we're just going to help invite the king in, which even still is probably okay for us, but why even give them any sort of opportunity or chance? So, and here the opponent has like stalemating ideas, which I thought was kind of cute. Like for example, if I take here, there's like a worst case scenario where let's say I like just make some random backwards move. There's this rook takes b2 idea, which is really nice because taking now is actually stalemate. Um, so that's why I just take with this pawn. So even though I'm giving them a pass pawn, I'm also just giving them moves, so there's no stalemate. So yeah, once the king defends the pawn, we just yeah, here I don't know if they were also thinking it'd be stalemate, but luckily not. And we get the first win of the tournament. Oh my lordy, Seal Smith. Good to see you, dude. I was thinking about you when I was in Vegas because we did play poker, and I did play poker earlier today. So basically, I have an account on Club WPT Gold because I think Botez had a partnership with them and had like some referral link that I signed up with, and they have 3 free rolls every day. So I've never put money into poker online. I've just been playing the free rolls, and they have 3 every day, so it's kind of crazy. Maybe I'll stream more of them, probably. I used to do like Saturday poker nights on stream, also for free. I don't know if I'll bring those back, but I have been playing a lot more poker just in general. So Vegas was fun. I've been playing more here in St. Louis as well, actually. So yeah, just cash games and no PLO. I've never played PLO. I definitely have some friends that play PLO. I don't know. I don't know why. It's a different game. I still have like the photo of you raking in a massive pot. So that was fun. Anyways, I'm going through these games fairly quick. That was game 2. This is game 3. We're back with the white pieces. We've got our e4, bishop c4. Here I could go for the fried liver, the old knight g5, but I'm like, I should just play maybe more serious openings. I don't know. So I just play d3 now. Um, this is pretty passive, to be honest, but at least they're not getting pinned, I guess. And if bishop here, I'll just play like bishop here. Um, so yeah, once this bishop gets opened up, I'll play h3. Here, my bishop basically gets trapped, so that's not ideal, but that's just kind of how the cookie crumbles when you play like this. And here they play c5. I bring my knight back. Honestly, I feel like this... I don't even remember how this game went, if I can be honest with you. Um, but just from like my gut instinct, this is actually kind of a bad move, I think. I think this was a terrible game for me. I think this is probably my worst game of the tournament. It's all coming back to me now. I think this was like... I think my opponent just absolutely demolished me. I think this guy crushed me. I think this guy was like underrated. Um, but like, yeah, this... So besides this, I feel like this is kind of a weird move, just in general. And then I follow up his weird move with my weird move. Although the computer is saying knight d2 is the top move, so I don't know. But here also just feels weird. I should take this pawn. I don't know why I didn't take that pawn. Doesn't make any sense to me. So yeah, I go here, he clamps down, and now like my knight probably should go... I mean, the computer's even saying knight d5, which, I don't know. This feels weird, but... Yeah, this was just a bad game for me. I think the sooner I can get off of this game, the better for everyone. Um, so I finally get in f4, and I don't even think it's particularly good. But that was kind of the whole idea of knight d2. Takes, and I didn't really realize how dire this position was. I thought this was totally fine. I was like, wow, he's even undoubling my pawn structure for me. How nice of him. And then after bishop e5, I realized, oh shoot, this is actually kind of impossible to defend, because if I play like bishop b2, then there's just b4, and I don't know, it's not great. So yeah, here, if I go here, I don't even... Oh yeah, then this pawn falls. So yeah, life's just kind of difficult for me, unfortunately. But this is the best move. It's like -1.5, which isn't great, obviously. So here I thought for a long time, and I tried to come up with this like creative defensive idea. I play here, and my whole point is that it's a discovery on this pawn. So takes, and I thought I have a tempo here, which I do, but he ignores it and says, I mean, I'm just going to take here. So I save the knight, hit the bishop again, and then this guy just like pops off with just some really solid, great moves here. Bishop hits my queen and defends with the rook. I bring the queen back. Queen check. Bishop hitting with the tempo. And this guy says, who cares? I'm going to hit you. And I'm just like, dang. Because I thought maybe he'd take this pawn, which is a terrible move. But I'm like, I don't know. Looks like a free pawn, sort of. Maybe, like, why not? Or, like, just any queen move. Anywhere, maybe, but no. This guy, all gas, no brakes. Bishop b5. And I'm just like, well... Yeah, it just kind of sucks. I don't know what to say. So, like, probably I should just take. Take, and then I don't know, everything's hanging. This is technically hanging, but there's a world where it's not hanging. Like, I can just go like here maybe, and if they take here, then I have takes, but I'm still losing this pawn, and like life is just still pretty miserable for me, unfortunately. But I end up going here, and I save the rook for the time being. But then after this move, I'm like, okay, maybe there's no point of saving the rook. So I try to bait the rook actually, but my opponent is just simply too strong. and it gets really nasty if it wasn't already nasty enough. Check, check, and here I thought the nastiest would be queen b8, but this guy just goes here, and it's like, honestly, what difference does it truly make? Um, I was honestly about to blunder a smothered mate, like a really nasty smothered mate, but luckily I saw it at some point. But I was like, holy smokes, I need to control this square, basically. But yeah, honestly, like analyzing this even further is kind of mute. But just to show you guys how this one finished it out, um, I played here, takes, and then I played here. It's a little embarrassing, and I think here at this point, I maybe I technically flagged, but it was not going to be good. But yeah, there's a world where takes this would be some back rank mate, but that was the whole point of sacking on a7. But it doesn't even work because there is no back rank mate, anyways. Um, so yeah, if I could show, if I just do like any random move here, what would be like a normal random move to make? Like let's say knight d5, right? Attacking the queen. Now he's got knight f1, discover double check, right? I can't go here, here. So I go here, and now he's got the very beautiful queen h2 check, knight takes, and knight g3. So this is unlike the standard issued smother mate that you see where like there's a back rank, queen check, rook takes, knight lands on f2 or whatever, and there's like two pawns here. This is like queen h2, knight takes, and with the bishop covering, knight g3 mate. It's a smothered mate still, the same, but it's like, it feels better. It feels fancier for sure. This would have been cooler than what I did, just flagging. And but I was like, I have to like at least show that I'm aware that it's possible. I don't know. I mean, definitely I agree. Letting it get played out would be cool, but it's just like I don't want to get that dunked on. It would have been sick. That's I would love to have played it, but the problem is I'm on the other end of this. When you're on the receiving end, it's a little different. Uh, but yeah, I was losing the same. This probably would have been a better use of my time to let that play out. Um, okay, so that was definitely the worst game of the tournament for me. But the good news though is after this game, I didn't lose anymore. So I started this tournament a little rough, one win out of 3 games, but no more losing after that. So it's 7 rounds. This is round 4 now. Basically, every game since then, I had a good position. So I feel pretty happy about that. Whether or not I converted them is a different story. So here, I'm playing a fellow 1700 FIDE player, I guess. I have black pieces again, another d4 opening, and we're going to go for this fianchetto. And we're going after the bishop. We just take the bishop instantly. We take with the pawn here, which is maybe a little weird. Maybe not, but I guess we're trying to mainly control e4. If we take with the bishop, maybe e4 is annoying. So pawn takes, even though we're blocking our bishop, we read out our knight. They double up here, and this is starting to get a little annoying for me. Like rook c8, maybe there's this knight b5 move. I don't know. So I decide, you know what? If he's going to put all the pressure on the c file, I'm going to just make sure that the c7 square isn't just such a weak target. So we push the pawn, and now we have this hanging pawn structure, which is kind of like a double-edged sword, I feel like. But I feel like they're all pretty well protected. And like the rook's gonna come here. And yeah, he just puts the rooks on really solid squares, and I find this queen a5 move here. And my logic for queen a5, first off, queen's opposite the rook, so the queen's not the most comfortable here. And the queen wants to find a new home. So we don't really want to stay on the d file. So this gives us like these three options pretty much. If we want to lift the queen off the back rank and we want to leave the d file, these are the three squares. And these two squares basically get hit by the knight either way. This is really annoying, especially. So I'm definitely not going to b6. And going here, I felt weird. Um, I don't really know why, but maybe this would have been fine because I find my way to b6 without letting the knight hit me here. But I was like, if I just go queen a5, then, there's no immediate tempo, right? I'm not really like threatening anything. I'm just trying to develop the queen where it's safe. And just get the queen off the d file. So that was my thought process. Just connect the rooks, get the queen out of harm's way. And they find this. They're like, we're going to tempo your queen regardless. But here I was like, okay, now we can bring the rooks in. Yes, the queen gets hit now. And again, here's like, if I'm choosing between these two squares, I don't really want to go here. So I'll go here, and yes, there's this tempo, but now I can go here. Now there's no longer this knight a4 attack, so they defend their knight, which it was already defended, but I'm threatening this like c4 idea. But now I attack, and here's where I really like this move a lot. This was a very solid move. Okay, not this one. But okay, bring the rook in. This is the move. Bishop c6. And I could have done this now, I guess. But bring the rook in is always good. But bishop c6 is so nice because we're clearing the b file. This pawn push weakens b3. And rook b8 is a very strong threat to win material. So I liked this bishop c6 idea. And here he feels the pressure and he deviates. He's protecting the b pawn, but now I can start to attack a little bit. This is a weakening move because he's giving up control, and now he attacks. So d4, and takes, attacking the queen. And now here's where I really messed up, unfortunately. This is almost -3 for black. It's like -2.8. So I messed up by going here. Because now the knight's in a much better spot, actually, defensively. But takes. I don't know. I was thinking to myself, what was I even thinking? Honestly, I couldn't tell you guys. This was just a bad move by me. I should have just taken. What I was worried about was like this trade, and then I like lose this pawn. What I overlooked was I should take with the queen here. And even still, though, I mean, I'm losing. I mean, I don't know. I couldn't explain why queen d8 is so much better than bishop to. I mean, but yeah, this is what threw me off. Was okay, if I trade here, we're trading rooks, right? And something's gonna have to come back. Whereas if I go here first, pressure with the knight, tempo, now I can take here, and I don't have to worry about trading rooks. So I was like, this is such a good position. I'm leaving material on the board still. But alas, I overlooked the strength of this knight, just being a defensive resource from d2. So that was my bad. Yeah, knight's just defending everything here. Even though like this structure sucks and like black is still better, this could have been better for me the other way if I had taken immediately, allowed the trade, queen takes, and here like I don't even know. Here what do they want? Bishop g5, I guess. Oh, bishop takes. Well, anywho, I done goofed this game. So, okay. It's not the end of the world. I still feel like I'm better, but I really just kind of got low on time. Like I have 4 minutes here to his 20 minutes, and I just absolutely could not, for the life of me, figure out a way to press the advantage. I'm totally just fumbling around with my pieces. I'm not a fan of trading here. Probably just bring the other rook up. Would have been good. I do it a move late. Now he's starting some stuff. And here is already a draw. So I totally overlooked that the queen runs out of squares to just protect the bishop. So we perpetual here. And like I think this might have been the game that Houseline was commentating. I think he was saying like, oh, white should play on for the win here. But I think my opponent the whole game was feeling like he was worse. And when I, blunder back, he's happy to just take a perpetual here. So yeah, it's still not so clear. I mean, these pieces obviously very strong on the back rank. Very difficult for me to get out of this pickle, but at the same time, like this king and these pawns are pretty weak. So yeah, this is my draw, round 4. What's up, Oscar? All right, so let's go on to round number 5. Now, I think this is probably my best game. This was fun. This was commentated by Alex Katz, International Master, formerly known as Crypto Chess, currently known as Sack Sack Checkmate. Anyways, we're back to our Sicilian, the C3 Alapin. And yeah, he plays e6 and now d5, so we advance, taking some space. We just develop our minor pieces. And here he's just worried about castling already because of the Greek gift. So already out the gate, he's just kind of nervous to even just castle, right? Which is not really the best place to be in. Maybe knight f5 is a move, but maybe they're worried I'm just going to take and damage their pawn structure. But yeah, I just castle, unpin the knight. And here my opponent's just ignoring castling. He's just playing over here on the queen side. And here I already am feeling, I'm noticing this bishop can take the knight, and the knight's kind of covering the bishop. So from here, we just defend the knight here. We develop the queen, pressure on the knight, defending our b pawn, and queen out here. So again, king uncastled. My rooks are connected. The bishop doesn't have any retreating squares anymore. So I find this idea, and if I was a better chess content creator in general, I would go back to this stream and I would clip this moment, because I find this move, knight takes d5, and Tony from Chess Sharks and like his opponent, they're at the board next to me. They like keep looking over at my board like, what the heck is this move? And even like watching back Alex's commentary, it just makes me so happy because he's an international master. Like he's just an absolute beast at chess. And he was like, for however long I spent thinking about this move, I go from 119 to 51. So that's like almost 30 minutes on this one move. He was like, I did not even consider this. And he was like, I've never even seen an idea like this, which I feel like has to be kind of over exaggerated a little bit. But The idea is that first off, the bishop has nowhere to go, right? The bishop's idea, like if I were to play a3, the bishop would be trapped, but they could just take the knight. So I'm removing the knight where the bishop can no longer take the knight. So that's the first idea. The second idea is now without the pawn, this knight is only defended once and it's attacked 3 times. So the reason why earlier this idea doesn't work is because knight takes a3 and now the bishop can retreat, right? There's space again. So like for example, if pawn takes, then I just have a3 and I'm not actually losing a piece because the bishop's trapped. Now, they had that knight takes move, which cleared up the space for the bishop. But now, in this line, knight takes doesn't work because the pawn was defending this knight. So even though the bishop is free, now this knight falls. So if pawn takes, now my idea is a3. So that's actually what ended up happening. Pawn takes, and now I just play a3, and I get the piece back, right? So it's not a true like piece sacrifice. Um, the material should be fairly balanced. Like maybe they'll get the pawn back after I take or whatever. But I'm also putting lots of pressure on the knight. And furthermore, I'm kind of opening up this e-file a little bit. Even though it's like there's a lot of stuff in the way, the king still hasn't castled, so that's still important. And yeah, here the opponent he plays this move, which is fairly natural. He's creating space for the bishop, and he's attacking my stuff, right? Like especially both knights attacking this bishop. However, what my opponent overlooked was this very beautiful shot, e6, which is just like chef's kiss. Um, if he does anything, I'm just taking with check, right? So he's got to deal with this first. He's got 2 options, bishop takes or pawn takes. And they're both pretty bad, I feel like. Which is what makes this move so good. So basically, if takes here, I mean, I can just take this with check, right? And then bishop takes. If pawn takes, any bishop move is now a discovery. Congrats on the new peak, Oscar. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on the chat a little bit. Okay. But yeah, opponent takes with the bishop, which still is just really good for me. Here I was like debating between taking and taking, and I decided I'm just gonna maintain this pressure here. I'm not gonna just take with the tempo on the queen, which still is good for white. Like I take, hits the queen, and then I take here or something. But I realized that if I just take here, then the queen can maybe come back somewhere and help defend the king a little bit. So I'm going to maintain this pressure here. I'm going to take here first, and I think that's going to give them opportunities to maybe blunder. And, like saving the bishop is tempting, but I think I'm going to have a lot of pressure on this bishop. So like, for example, if they move the bishop back, I'll have this, well, maybe I take here first, and then I come back, and like now the knight's also pinned to the rook. So they just take back, and now I have the discovery. And so instead of taking the pawn, now I actually take with the bishop. Bishop discovery check. Now we take with the bishop with the tempo, and now they can't even castle if they even tried. And the queen has to come all the way home because we're threatening this b3 because of the pin and the other pin. I guess even b3, the knight can technically defend the rook, which ends up happening. But we're not gonna just trade. We're gonna advance forward. And yeah, I think like this game was just really fun to play. And I feel like the pieces just kind of flowed on their own from here. Um, they offer the queen trade. Now we check. We bring the queen in. And what I didn't even realize about this move, I thought they could play a5 and I'd have to take with the bishop or something. Like a5 and bishop here, and they push here, and the bishop has to sort of leave the diagonal, unfortunately. And then maybe they castle. But what I forgot is that there's queen takes a5, which, like, reviewing the game, I even pointed out to my opponent. I was like, hey, here you could have just played a5, you know, and then bishop takes. And he was like, no, you have queen takes. And I was like, oh, I forgot about that. Um, and so even brought that up, I think, in the interview afterwards with Alex, and he was like, "No, I thought that's why you played Queen C7 because you're covering A5. It's so smart." And I was like, "I didn't even realize." So it's like a lot of the moves in this game, it's like things just kind of work out for me, which is a great feeling. So here he plays B6 to play A5, and honestly, at the moment when he played this, I was a little disappointed. I was like, "Man, he should have just played a5 immediately," because now I feel like I'm just completely crushing um, with the move rook e1. And this is a really strong move. It's getting the last piece into the game with a strong threat of just winning material. Um, so this bishop is defending the knight, but now it's pinned. King has literally no legal moves. So opponent tries to defend the knight and tries to trade queens, but now we have the Gotham chess, rook sacrifice, double exclam, brilliancy. And the idea is that the pawn is pinned to the other pawn. And here the rook is basically just trapped, which is great for me. So here opponent attacks the bishop, finally gets a5 in, but we do not just take the rook with check. We now bring in the knight, threatening mate in one, sacrificing the bishop. And yeah, opponent now defends the mate, and now we take the rook with check, and now we take the queen with check, the knight with check, and we find mate. So this was like the nicest game for me. What's up, Ding? Yeah, thanks, Oscar. They're all gone. We took everything. Yeah, thanks, Theo. So yeah, this was just like them never really castling, and knight d5 was like the beginning of the end, I would say. So really love having the pawns advanced and getting a bishop to d3, because that is just like just a beautiful diagonal to be on. And after knight f3, they just felt like they could never castle, and they ended up never castling, which is just a recipe for disaster. So they played, you know, all these other moves over on the queen side, but they never addressed castling. And this move, knight d5, followed by e6, this was really the nail in the coffin, I would say. E6 here is what kind of like after that there's just no chance. There was nothing black could do after e6. The game's just lost. So yeah, even like knight d5 was not like the winning move, but this is like what catalyzed the winning move to be available is e6. So it was just nice that the tactics worked out, because he didn't have to play knight f5, right? He could do a lot of other things here. But this is like a tough spot to be in, right? Like you didn't see knight takes d5, a3, the bishop's trapped. So it's kind of tough to follow this up, right? So he's trying to look for alternative ideas, and that's where he blundered. So yeah, e6, and it was just all kind of downhill. All right. Anyways, that was the highlight of the tournament. Let's look at the next game. That was game number 5 out of 7. So we've got 2 games left. This opponent here was the highest rated opponent I had of the tournament. He's over 2,000 FIDE. And I have the black pieces. We're finally playing against e4, and he's playing a Scotch. I'm very happy he didn't play like a Roy Lopez. And yeah, I think frankly here I was already kind of thrown off. I personally have like never seen this move, this response. The computer's saying d5 is a move, which again, I've never seen this. So obviously I'm worried about g7. Knight takes g7 with check. But yeah, computer's saying even d6 is a good move, which I guess we're just trying to open up the bishop. So yeah, I'm already thrown off. Move 5 here. Is this rapid? This is classical. This is over the board. This was from Vegas at the National Open just last month. Early June. And yeah, I was just like, okay, well, this guy's caught me on some opening that I've never really seen before, so we're just gonna have to wing it. So I play queen f6. Computer already doesn't like it. Knight c3. The knight wants to come here and fork me, so that's great. Play knight g to e7, trying to just attack his knight, cover the d5 square. Here he saves his knight. He's got both knights now on d5. So this square is a little weak. I just castle. And yeah, he doesn't go for, I mean, this bishop and the queen are threatening mates, so he can't just like move this knight. But yeah, he just continues with his development. I continue with mine. He castles, and now I go forward. And now knight d5 is a move. And I wasn't really sure, like, if I should just play something like c6. I think I was worried about like knight a4, which I thought was kind of annoying. But at the same time, whatever I did not address any of that at all. In fact, I just kind of gave him d5. But I was like, honestly, I want to just ignore whatever he's doing. And I want to do what I want to do. And I felt like getting a knight in to these squares would be really strong. So I liked knight g6, but obviously this is really annoying. So the queen has to come all the way back. Computer said I just play queen h4. It says this is a miss, and queen h4 is really strong. But, you know, I don't know. I couldn't find queen h4, I guess. But okay. I go back to defend the pawn. The bishop gets attacked, and I lose the bishop anyways. Now he plays f4. Now I find queen h4, but apparently it's not so good now. Bishop moves, attacking the knight. I bring the queen back, which I think I should have done earlier, because this is a very, very crazy sort of position. And the idea is that the knight is pinned to the rook. So first and foremost, knight d5 looks extremely natural, but does not work because I just will play any knight check against the king, and the rook will fall. And even that seems honestly kind of sketchy, because the queen might get trapped And there's like knight takes here with tempo, and there's who knows. Like I feel like I'm probably just gonna get in trouble. But I think this move worked at least psychologically because my opponent didn't go for knight d5, which would have been a good move. In fact, bishop b2 is an even better move. So I don't even know if it worked psychologically or not because my opponent's still playing good moves. But the bishop technically is still unprotected, so I still sort of have some ideas. Um, and honestly, my opponent just starts trading things down. He finally defends his pieces, so now I don't have any tactics. But now I get this e5 move in, so I feel like the knight's pretty safe here. Um, but yeah, here like he just trades, and now I'm feeling like okay, if I lose this pawn, I get this pawn, and if he checks me, I have this queen block, and um, things don't feel as bad as they were, because things definitely felt like I was losing space and walking a tightrope, really. And here, like, we both have 8 minutes left now, so we pretty much lost all of our time. We're just kind of playing quickly, and I feel like I got through the worst of it. So the last few trades I felt helped me out a lot. Um, like getting these pieces off the board, I feel like it's much more manageable now. So here he attacks the knight but blocks the bishop. Now this pawn is hit. He saves the pawn, but his bishop looks kind of weird. I just take space on the light squares. And I get the king in the corner. He does the same thing. My knight comes back, and that allows him to push, but that was kind of okayed by me because now the knight comes back. I'm giving up this pawn for the same idea to take this pawn, which he goes for. And he goes to trade rooks. I just bring the rook back, trade. Here now, so he's got less than 3 minutes. He makes this move with a minute left on his clock. This is a mistake. This was once he played this move, the whole vibe just shifted because that whole game I was basically on my heels the whole time. But after this move, I was like, "Hey, this is actually kind of a bad move," because he thinks he's taking with check, but he's forgetting his pawn's pinned, his rook. He's got this back rank issue. I always thought his king move was weird. Basically, to me, when I put the king here, it's because if I move the queen somewhere, like I'm in checking distance, or he's within checking distance of me. He can check me, but I cannot really get on this diagonal. I have no clear way to check him. So when I moved here, I thought this was kind of relevant and with purpose. When he moved here, this was like I feel like he's kind of just copying me or doesn't really have his own clear path. Um, and it came back to sort of haunt him when he pushed this pawn because now all I have to do is put the king on g8. Now he doesn't have any check and he's just straight up pinned. So here he's kind of desperate now. He goes from one bad move to now he's got to try to make up for it. So I stop him here. He brings the king back, right? Defending the rook, but now he double up. And now he's got all of these pawns committed. His king is super weak. And this pawn is just dropping. So he can't push to save the pawn. He can't really take because I'm taking here with check and picking up the rook. So he brings his rook in, but now we finally win the pawn that he pushed when he shouldn't have. And he doesn't really want to trade, but I'm getting him down to this endgame here. And here I thought like maybe he could trade and it would be a draw. Honestly, I'm not sure. Like I have doubled pawns, but yeah, I think we got him in a good spot where I feel pretty good about my chances. I just have to like make sure I'm not blundering any sort of perpetuals or counterplay. So It's not easy. So I take this pawn. We do give him a check, and I go here. And you know, if he takes here, I'm taking here. Um, and life's gonna be pretty good for me there. So he doesn't go for this pawn. He goes for the more active, more aggressive, more like perpetual chances. Queen f7, solid move. Now I have a check, and we bring the queen back, and we're covering this queen e8 check. So he brings the king back. He's guarding this e pawn. And now here's where things get a little weird. Because I wasn't sure what to do. So uh, obviously this pawn is hanging. Um, and if I try to defend the pawn, then I think I'm just blundering a perpetual. So, and it's not like I could push this pawn. So I push this pawn. And I give up the b pawn. But my idea was to play for d5. And I think if I were to have more time to calculate, I would realize it's maybe not actually that good. But yeah, we're both at a minute or less, essentially. So there's not much time to really calculate too deeply. So I just figured I'd go for this. Now, here he does take the pawn, which I think he should. But now it kind of alleviates pressure on my king. And what I should do is check, apparently. And there's going to be some good stuff coming after I take c4, which I don't know. But I don't do that. I play for d5, which is a mistake. Apparently now it's a draw because takes, takes, there's queen takes. And this I just kind of like either overlooked or didn't think about. But I take, and I thought to myself, you know, I've got the outside pawn. Should be good. And there apparently is a defense for white, starting with what's it? Oh, so I play king g8, which I did, and now here there's two ways white can draw. So overall, I misplayed, but this is a very difficult position for whites to hold, unless they find there's only two moves here. D6 is one. Or king g4. So those are the only two moves that draw for white, which I don't know if that's easy for everyone to find, but it wasn't easy for my opponent to find. He immediately misplays with king e4, which just looks a lot more natural. And now it's back to winning for me. Now he finds d6, but the king is on the wrong square, apparently. King e8, king here, pawn push, I take, and when the king takes, in my head, I was like, okay, this is so winning. Now I just promote. But unfortunately for me, it's not that easy. I have to take this pawn. This is the only move. I have to take, and then we just have to get into this race. Where, well, let's say he goes here. I queen and he goes here, and then I have to massage this position for the win. But unfortunately for me, I don't know why, I just stopped thinking at this point and thought I was just winning. So I pushed the pawn, and it's now instantly a draw. So I have to take this pawn. Have to. And I box the king out, and I'm queening. And he gets like within one square of queening, but there's definitely some queen checks and some king moves, and even there's like lines where even if he queens, I'll have some sort of checkmate, which is nice. But yeah, I just jumped the gun here. I just pushed the pawn, and now it's just instantly a draw. He has king e5, and then I was like, well, shoot. I don't know why I thought he would like go for this. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. So then I was like, well, you know, okay, I can keep pushing, and okay, I take the pawn now, and I'm gonna win his pawn. But the sad thing is the h pawn doesn't win, if the king gets there in time, which the king is exactly there in time, and I'm never able to put the pawn through the king. If I let the king in, then he gets the corner, and it's either stalemate or I give up the pawn. So that was my very unfortunate loss. Well, it's not even a loss. It was a draw, but it feels like a loss because I should have won. Um, so yeah, this was kind of a back and forth game where it felt like he was definitely outplaying me early and had all this pressure, and I felt like I was defending. And then he just simplified and traded down into a pretty equal, like, queen, rook, and pawn endgame. And then in low time, he finally messed up, and then I was able to capitalize on that and win a pawn, and then get a relatively winning king and pawn endgame that I just messed up. So um, that was kind of a lesson learned, I guess. So yeah, kind of unfortunate. Would have been really nice to beat him because he was over 2,000 FIDE, and like the highest rated opponent in my tournament. So yeah, we kind of let that one slip. And my score at this moment, I have uh, 3 points out of 6 games. So I'm basically dead even. Um, I have 2 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws. So we come down to the final game, game number 7. What's up, Chuck? Good to see you. Um, so yeah, the thing about National Open is if you have a positive score, you get like a voucher to the gift shop or whatever. So that's cool. And in the last game, if you win the game, you get to keep the board. So that's also cool. So a lot of incentive to do well in this game. I have the white pieces, so I have to win. Like also a draw, I just have like a 50% score, which isn't enough for like the voucher. Um, so I just need to win. And if you have black pieces, you get draw odds to keep the board. Um, Now, I was playing on the DGT board, but they wouldn't let me take it home, unfortunately. But they have like this. I can show you guys. I don't know if this. I mean, it's spoiler, but like, kind of when you open up the game, it tells you. I'll just show the result or the game. So we get white e4. My opponent, I think, is around 2,000 USCF. He's around 1850 FIDE. We get e4, bishop c4. He plays bishop c5, which is kind of tricky. Like I can already play some queen h5 nonsense and try to like go after this pawn, and I'm not even biting. I just play my standard. I don't have to go crazy here. But bishop here, this is already questionable in the computer's eyes. Probably better is to just play like bishop here, knight here, like pawn or just castle. I don't know. I think computer likes mainline is c3 is standard. I pretty much never play c3 in my Italian games unless I've already developed a knight. Then I'll play c3. Maybe I could learn something from the mainlines, but I go for the pen. And yeah, he just instantly questions the bishop. And here I bring the knight in, and already like g5, or I was thinking even bishop to g4 is good for black. So like deep down, ultimately, I know that the computer likes black here. But at this point, I was kind of playing some hope chess. So I'm like, okay, my opponent probably doesn't know the eval. And like, I don't know how confident they are in these types of positions. But I was like, he seems like even if he plays g5, like I'm gonna have some long-term success. I think like there's room for error on black's half. So I was pretty happy to see bishop e6. So I was like, okay, after this move, I felt much more confident in my position. Knight here. He gives up the bishop pair. I take with the pawn. If I take with the bishop, I was definitely expecting this g5 idea for knight takes bishop. So I was like, I'll just take with the pawn here. Knight goes back, and now I can just take here. Computer likes d4. But I just take. So now they can't push. They have these doubled pawns. And now I play d4. And life feels pretty good here, actually. Check, take, bishop back, pawn push. And now here's where definitely I think I got a little carried away. I think I went a little overboard, a little crazy. Not like this particular move, but it's like it's coming back to me. I played this crazy pawn sacrifice. I mean, it's not that crazy, but it is kind of like out of the blue, random, unnecessary. I think is a good way to put it. I don't know. Also, like the knight on h4 is just kind of sad, to be honest. The knight here is covering it, and I can't really go back. But yeah, I was in my head. I was like, okay, opponent's gonna play like d5, and the queen's gonna come up here, and the bishop's gonna come back here, and like the rook's gonna come in. And to me, I was like, d5 just kind of sets everything up for my opponent. Like my opponent's gonna be pretty happy. And I mean, that's really my main line of reason. Is like, if I play d5, they can't play d5, and this d6 pawn is really going to be in the way of their logical development. So to me, it was like worth giving up my pawn so that they keep their structure kind of annoying. This game was just an actual roller coaster, and this was commentated by Uncle Jesse again, so that was fun. Hello, Zoom. Do I know how Andy trains? No, I don't. Did I expect King f8? I think King f8 is a very logical move, just getting off this diagonal. I don't know if I expected it, but it definitely makes sense. But yeah, I was like, okay, he can't castle, so that's nice. But yeah, I hit him with the old d5, and probably he was confused, but he just takes with the pawn. Now I bring the bishop back, and in my mind, I was like, I'm winning this pawn back. Like, it doesn't even feel like I'm really sacrificing it. But now he pushes, but I'm like, okay, my bishop is going to be happy, right? Maybe. I'm threatening mate already. But now he just pushes, he gets to play d5 anyways. So I was like, well, okay, now my next line of reason was maybe I can trade knights, and this is still a big threat. I just castle. Now he plays here, and once he lifted the queen, then I was like, oh shoot! Actually, I think I'm in trouble now, because he's gonna play queen e5 and threaten to trade queens. And I was like, well, if I trade queens, I'm kind of cooked, actually, because I'm just down a pawn. So I was just very desperate to not trade queens. So I play f3, and my idea is I would love to open the f file. And if he doesn't trade, then if I play f4, then he can't play queen e5. So he wisely keeps the f file closed. I get f5, so he can't play queen e5. Sorry, f4. He can't play queen e5. And now he's actually just kind of cooking me with these pawns that I gave him. So I was like, well, yeah, this is not going to be good for me. So I put the king in the corner. He pushes here. Computer hates this move. Computer likes the move d2. Yeah, I don't know. Here, I'm just kind of losing an exchange, actually. Like, if I play rook f1 or rook to f e1, there's going to be bishop to f2. So, to me, I was like, I'll just put the rook where the bishop can't attack it. Rook all the way to b1, which just looks gross. Um, he goes here anyways. He just wants to queen, right? Which is logical. I get this pawn. He does queen. Takes, takes, takes. And here I was never that worried about queen takes f4 because I wanted to open the f file anyways. So he kind of goes for the bait, right? Now, I maybe could take here. I don't even know if I looked at this, but the rook is hanging. I guess my knight's hanging with the back rank threat, but I don't know. I just played here to defend the knight. Attacks the rook, of course. Queen back to defend the rook. I attack the queen, defend the b pawn. And yeah, this is what's so funny. So yeah, rook here, we have to keep an eye out on this sacrifice. And I don't know like why the rook came over to defend the I'm not sure. I'm trying to think if there's a reason why he doesn't just take here. Maybe he's worried I would play like queen f3 maybe is a strong move. I don't know. But okay, he activates a piece, which is kind of smart. I hit the queen. And yeah, here I was just hoping for this blunder. It's so funny. Like he should probably go here, I guess. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, okay, so he goes here. And this is like the one trick I had up my sleeve this whole time. He falls for the like one blunder, really. I hit him with the rook takes e7 and he's like, dang. That just kind of sucks, right? So of course, if king takes, the knight finally hops back into the game with a massive family fork. So he just takes the pawn. He's threatening to pin my queen, so we just come on all the way home. And now I have life in me. The material is technically even, but the two minor pieces are gonna outplay the rook. And more importantly, this king is just really weak. These pawns just are terrible. So now we can start cooking. Rook lifts, rook doubled, rook down to trade, check, queen block. He avoids this. He's defending the pawn, but what he misses is this is going to be pretty devastating. We're covering this check. We're attacking that pawn with check. The rook is going to be weak. The king is weak. Knight's maybe hopping in. So he comes back. We take, and here's where things just absolutely get comical. Yeah, Uncle Jesse watched this game live, and here I knew why he played Queen C1 because he wants this rook takes G3 check and pick up the queen. And so I thought it would be just so funny if I let him do that because he's missed the same exact fork that he missed earlier. So what I was thinking here is I'm just like thinking, okay, what on earth can I possibly do? What I didn't see is I could just go for the knight check anyways because the rook's pinned. So I didn't do that. I was like, I'm gonna move my king so that I actually get to take, and then I hit him with the fork again. And I saw king h3, rook takes. It's very important that I don't take with a pawn because after queen takes, my knight would be pinned, and I don't have the fork. So I was like, okay, rook takes. I have king takes. Blunder the queen, but then I get it back with the same knight fork that he blundered earlier. So I just thought that would be so funny. So then I was like, okay, well, let's just make sure there's no good follow-up checks. Okay, queen f1 check. I have knight g2 block, right? And he doesn't have this discovery anymore. So I was like, I'm chilling. So I play here, and of course, this blunders mate in 3. What we both missed apparently is after queen f1, knight g2, now there's just queen f5, and that's GG. I have pawn block and queen takes as mate. So thank the good Lord, he not only missed this, but he also missed. He just couldn't resist. So my trap worked exactly to plan. It was like he was a moth to a flame. He fell for it. Rook takes, and of course I have to take with the king, not with the pawn. With the pawn is a huge blunder because my knight gets pinned. So I do king takes, and then he realized for the second time he's forgotten about this ridiculous knight on h4, which has been on h4 since move 15. We're now on move 40. So the knight hasn't moved in 25 moves, and yet he's won me essentially a whole piece and now a whole rook, without even lifting a finger, really. So this poor king and knight is just a recipe for forks, I guess. So yeah, I go from getting mated in 3 to now I'm up just 2 minor pieces. And he realizes, of course, now it doesn't work. So he gives me some other random checks. Here, this was also me just, I don't know if you'd call this bad manners or like just bad etiquette, but I was really kind of toying with him at this point. King F4 is just kind of like, oops, I blundered my queen again. Silly me. But he still can't take it because I just have the fork. So, yeah, he takes this with check, I take this. And now he's basically run out of checks, right? And now I just get to work here. So check, 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 check. And honestly, I'm sure that I missed some things, but we finally get the mate. So yeah, that was how the tournament ended. In National Open, I finished with a positive score, 4 out of 7, and I won the last game with white, which gives me the free board. So actually, I have both 2025 is this green board, or the blue board. You can see it says National Open June 4th to 8th, 2025. And I have the green board. This is from 2026. So I'm collecting these boards now. Not more so than him not resigning. Well, I mean, I had just blundered mate in 3 like the move prior, so we're both pretty low on time. Pretty much anything could happen, but yeah, this was quite the roller coaster here. Queen takes, king here, and then king h3. This is quite the blunder. Queen check, only move, knight g2. I thought I was fine, but what I missed is queen f5. If I go up, this is just mate. And if I block, this is just mate. So, brutal way to end the tournament if that had happened. But luckily for me, my opponent was too lost in the sauce. Couldn't resist this tactic. He thought he was getting me back. He would have if I did pawn takes, but king takes, now I get the knight fork yet again. So the knight on h5, this was move 15, sorry, on h4. He attacked, this was setting up a trap. 20 plus moves in the making. Knight h4, and this knight was just spring loaded for this knight he thought was guarding the square, but fast forward to move what? Right here. he blundered this queen d4, and I just kind of got lucky. But even yeah, I got lucky multiple times, obviously. There was this opportunity that I should have lost the game just on the spot. Instead, he just kind of gifts me the rook. And he forgets once more the knight right there with the check and the fork. Thanks, Sepper, for the positive vibes. I appreciate it. So yeah, this game I ended up winning, and overall in the tournament, I think I gained like 16 USCF ELO. So that brought me back from like high 1800 to over 1900. So that's nice. I'm back over 1900 USCF. And yeah, I don't really have plans of continuing serious classical tournaments. I mean, I'm gonna play classical again in the future, but just nothing exactly planned. Am I planning on playing in the North American Open? I haven't thought that far out yet, so. But I have played a lot in the past. That tournament's actually been good for me, so maybe, probably, I don't know. But yeah, I love playing in Vegas. And so yeah, then about a month later, I played in the Naroditsky Memorial in Charlotte, and that was a very exciting tournament. I road tripped it, which maybe wasn't the best decision, but I thought it'd be fun, and it was fun. I ended up picking up Gerber along the way, and it was my first time ever in Charlotte, so that was really cool. I was looking forward to it. Obviously, the Charlotte Chess Center does a lot of great things. There's a ton of awesome streamers and people that live there and play there. And I kind of wish that I had visited sooner. And of course, the tournament overall is kind of in memory of Daniel Naroditsky, who I looked up to, still look up to. He was my favorite creator, and I just like had to go. So it was a lot of fun though, and it was really cool seeing a ton of people showed up for it. The tournament itself was a lot of fun. Yeah, I did drive through Tennessee, but I did not play Bug House there, unfortunately. Um, it was just kind of a tight turnaround. It's already a very long road trip, so unless I had like an extra day, I couldn't like plan anything out in Tennessee. Um, Yo, what's up, B Splitter? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in. So I played in the National Open in Vegas in early June, and then early July I played in the Naroditsky Memorial, which was a Rapid and Blitz tournament. So National Open is classical. Those were 90 plus 30 time control, 7 rounds. And then the Memorial was Rapid and Blitz. So the first day, it was like July 4th weekend, um, which was also coincidentally my birthday. Um, Anyways, so at the tournament, the first day was Rapid. I honestly forgot how many rounds it was. Um, and I honestly forgot like the time control. But my first opponent was like over 2300 or something, and I was playing in the lower section. So I was like, I didn't even know it was possible people that high could play. And she was a FIDE master, I think, and she just like smoked me. And I didn't play on the DGT boards, so really I can't really I wasn't writing moves down or anything, so those games were just gonna be kind of lost to time. But I still have fun. I have my results somewhere. I think I took a screenshot and put them maybe in Discord. Let's see if I can pull this up for you guys. If anyone wants to join the Discord server, I have it there, but let me see if I can switch to like a display capture. So probably this is gonna be like kind of impossible for people to see, but Jesus. Let me get rid of that. Okay, so yeah, first round I play FIDE Master Elisa Melikina, 2202, I think FIDE. No, I guess that's USCF. Yeah, so I didn't know if it was like an under 2200 section, or I guess it's an under 2300 section, so that explains it. But yeah, she just smoked me. And then I play, I don't know. I don't know really who any of my opponents are, but it's 7 rounds of like 15 plus 10 or something like that. Um, but yeah, so lost one. I drew this guy. This guy was just completely crushing me too. He was up like 2 or 3 pawns, and I just like somehow tricked him to trading down into like he was up an H pawn or something, and I was like, it's just a draw. So something like that. But he definitely should have beaten me. He had like an outside pass pawn that he just gave up for free, so that was helpful. So yeah, I think he was up like 3 pawns at one point. So I don't know what happened in that game, but that was not good for me. And I lost to Charles, who I don't even remember. Oh, this game, man, that game I like technically flagged, but I was losing my queen anyways. I had like no time. I make some random move, and then he traps my queen. That was probably my worst game of the tournament. And then from there on out, I guess I just kept winning. So we beat this guy, we beat this guy, we beat this guy. But yeah, like no one we played was over 1700 except for our very first round. So this was just kind of a weird sort of pairing, I guess. But I mean, like also like I don't even care too much about my rating in general. I feel like so it's fine. I don't know. It's like it's rapid anyways. But okay, let me try to pull up the Blitz results. So Blitz was like 3+2, and I think it was 11 rounds. Okay, I actually have it right here. So that's convenient. Okay, so here it is 11 rounds. Um, so we win the first three in a row, which is nice. We beat this 2090 player, so that's good for me. This game was really nice. He just like trapped his knight and I win a piece and I just win the game. Pretty smooth sailing. Then we play Andrew Fletcher, who for those of you that know him on Twitch, maybe I think it's like Borat Chess. Um, he's a funny guy. He's from Seattle. He's a national master. Rated 2100, but very strong. He won the rapid, actually, the under section of the rapid. And I met him in Vegas like years before. I met him in Seattle. Like he was one of our ambassadors in the college ambassador program. So he's I think recently graduated and very strong player. So lost that game, then lose again. Then we get a win, and then I get paired with the one and only Miss Botez. That game was really the only negative of the whole tournament, the whole event, really. That's the one I wish I had back. If I win that, then it's like nothing else really matters. But I'll pull up this game. So luckily, that game is played on a DGT board, so it's recorded, and it's also like on video because she's, I'm sure, recording it. But see, that was cool. And then we win three in a row, and then I lost this last one. This last one was kind of tough. This was like a kid that he was very confident, very fast, very cocky, and there was like this moment that was like, wait, I kind of felt like he was like, ooh, shoot, like maybe that wasn't a good move. And I definitely felt like I had a winning tactic, a winning position, and it was just like a weird move order that I just messed it up. So had I won this game, I think I would have had a really decent score. So overall, it was 7 out of 11, which isn't bad. Um, but really, it was the game with Alexandra. So let me see if I can find that and pull that up. Maybe Sepper can find it faster than me, but that's okay. Yeah, probably I mean, I'm gonna search it, but the search feature didn't seem to be so helpful the first time I used it. Past events. I think I could just find it here. All right, Sepper's got the link. Thank God for Sepper. I am just curious though if I can keep scrolling. July 4th. Oh my God. How are there this many? That's crazy. Oh, that's the VOD? Oh,
Nothing wrong with you.
we got commentary from some legends here. That's funny. Okay, let me pull up the I look up Ski Memorial Events page chess.com. Okay. So here's the game that I played with Alex. I hate this board color. Why are they? It's fine. Okay, so we have white. And of course, Alexandra plays the French defense. And I've probably had this position with her like 100 times. So nothing crazy here. We castle. She attacks the knight. I hop in over here. Trade, 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 trade. Pawn push here. I play c3 for whatever reason. Rook c1 I feel like is just standard good move. Here she kind of tricks me. I forgot that she likes to do this. But basically, when you play the French defense, your light square bishop's terrible. So obviously she likes to trade it. I was like, man, I probably spent too much time here, but I was like, probably shouldn't have allowed that to happen. But yeah, it was kind of subtle. Like I push here and she just plays here to defend the pawn, but really it was just to clear the spot for the bishop. So anyways, now I play here. Now she trades here, rook takes. And here, like, I thought there were opportunities for her to put the bishop here or here, attacking the rook. Also, like, this move I thought was kind of weird because I thought you'd fianchetto. So she just lets me double rooks, which I thought was not good for her. So now she goes here, but I think it's a little late because I've already doubled. So I feel very confident in this position. And here she blunders for sure. This was a bad move. I knew it instantly. F5 is just awesome because we're really just opening up her king. And I was like feeling great. But of course, we're both less than a minute and I'm slow. So maybe I should just pull up the game on YouTube Just watch the game from here.
Except if you lose
Yeah.
to your kid or to somebody
Maybe
that
I'll pause
you
music.
know the victory means something. But in a
Let me
tournament,
see
if
if
you, for example, I had one. Oh no way! You guys know who's on the left playing
uh
Yes.
Alexandra?
this is so funny.
Yes, that's Joe. Joe Bruin.
Hey, okay. He used to live in Oregon, then he moved out. So that'll be an interesting game.
Oh, so
There
you
you
guys
go.
know each other like for a very long time.
I
Uh,
I moved to Oregon
I
like
know you for some time, but
2022.
Sometime.
is Andrea
So I'm
playing
not
the
from
couple with
Oregon.
Alexandra? Is the same kid
Oh, is that
that
the
didn't look
same?
up?
No, but they look a little similar.
Okay.
No, not the same person.
No, this guy looks more
Did I
serious
beat
than she.
Alexandra?
Look at Andrea.
No,
Hey, don't touch her pieces.
unfortunately.
Adjusting her
But I
pieces.
was beating her.
The
I was
guys,
winning,
you know,
but it's not good enough. I
usually
flagged.
guys, you know what you
Not
can
to
do with
spoil
those
it, but we're
type
about to
of
watch it, I
opponents when
guess.
they're coming like that and they adjust your pieces. Make sure
I
that
know
you
it's
don't
very
put the
sad
piece on the
indeed, but
center
that's
square.
okay.
Just put it on the side.
It was still
It's
fun.
better than to
And
have.
honestly, you know, if I had beaten her, that would have been bad for her. There's Gerber with the
Okay, I
handshake,
never thought about it this
wishing
way.
me good luck.
I have a friend and
It was so fun
coworker
to get paired.
who's like that. So pretty much I can tell you
It's
that
okay. There she
if
is.
he has pencils on his desk, they're all
So
facing the
so yeah,
same
it's a
direction,
nice
so all the
friendly
points are next to each
matchup.
other,
I'm
and the
happy
colors are in
that
the colorful rainbows. And we
we
have
got
no
paired
monitors
and
at
it
work,
was
and they're all
exciting,
aligned vertically.
you know, and
So
to
every
have a
time I
game
pass by his
commentated
desk,
by Papa
I give him
Botez
one
is
to the
awesome.
monitors and I shake his desk, and he's
Oh.
messaging me, "You a-hole, you just did it again."
So evil. Wow.
So yeah,
Oh, Alex having a chat with Joe.
that was a photo. I gotta ask. I think Houseline took that
Here you go.
photo.
Oh, they're
Oh,
taking
that's
pictures.
for a picture
Thumbnail.
opportunity.
I think I gotta ask Houseline if he has that photo.
Yeah.
There's Andrea hyping her
Okay,
up.
that was Andrea just passed the camera, I think. Yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
So, in Villa, you can put a prediction for this round. I'll say.
Man, I really should have beat
let's see
her.
the serious that. Oh, look.
The position was
Andrea
so
really
good.
arranging the pieces.
She
And
straight up
has,
blundered,
guts. He's
but it's
he's
okay. I
straight
didn't
to her
capitalize,
face. Well done, kiddo.
and I was too slow.
Yeah. Very good.
Are they going to anime convention?
It's tough also. They're
NBK 50?
commentating two
I don't think
games.
so.
They're
I
commentating
don't think
my
so
game
either.
and
It doesn't
Andrea's
look
game
like anime
at the
convention
same
to me.
time.
It's the scene is animated, so and it's not a convention, but who knows? So friends, results: Gerber lost, Joe won, and Dina lost to Justin Fang. Sad.
Oh,
All right, there's the
no.
handshake.
Sad.
She starts the
Okay,
clock.
here
We
you
go
The
E4.
prediction's up. So let's
I don't know when the
predict.
board will update on the
Alex
stream,
versus
but
Joe.
we got the
I'm
French
gonna go
defense.
the
I
draw
play like a
'cause,
classical,
I'm not sure
then
if
advance
I
the
can do that.
pawn.
Here you go, pen.
They flip the board to
Very
be
neutral. I think Alex is going
in
to.
Alex's perspective.
I know, but I'm trying also to be nice. I like Joe a lot.
Papa Botez, this is adorable.
Okay, okay.
Shout out to
Well, let's
Papa
see.
B, absolute
I
legend.
know that Joe has played quite a bit of
Yeah, it's
online.
3+2
I
time
haven't
control.
seen him play over the board as much.
So
I'm
the
really
last
curious.
game Alex and I played in person
They used to play a lot,
was in
so
San
we can
Francisco.
bring the streams
It was
up
the
here,
month prior.
we can find
Yeah.
some games.
Basically,
Yeah.
before I
Anyway,
went to
don't think his
Vegas.
name is Joe Lee.
Also,
It's a good one.
Papa Botez, I guess, doesn't realize Joe
Sounds like the
Bruin's just a
song, but it's
nickname.
different spelling. You know the song?
Jolie, yeah,
Yeah.
Jolie. Yeah, yeah,
Don't
yeah.
don't
Don't
okay.
take my man.
Don't steal my man.
Yeah, that's the
Don't steal my
Jolene.
queen.
That's my theme song, basically.
Okay, let's look at the games. Some different opening on Andrea's board. The Pierce
Oh,
defense.
sorry.
Wow. I didn't expect her to play e4, but I guess if the opponent plays d6 in the Jabafa, then there's no point in playing bishop f4. So we're in different territory now, and I think it's in Andrea's favor because her Jabafa London has not been the greatest this tournament. This position feels much more alive for Andrea. Although the computer's not quite happy about her position now.
She cast along, so let's see.
Bit worried about the bishop now because where do you go? If you play bishop b3, it might get trapped there.
I'll say b3 followed by a3 and bishop
Yeah.
b2. And the f file is open, so you can have a target there.
It's just that black's position is so solid. It's really difficult to break through black's position. You can never take on e5 because your double pawns on the e file are just terrible in that case. So you need
Yeah,
to
I
keep the
see.
tension in the center.
That's what she's doing with rook on the semi-open file.
Yeah. I like it.
Yes,
A4
warrior. I bet cookie, but for prediction, I can bet whatever I like because it's free with the channel points.
Nice. Okay, 92. Maybe we can read
I
out the knight
I
to
thought for
f5.
so much
That'll be
time
nice.
here. This move really shook me up.
Looks like Alex
The light square bishop
opening
trade.
is suffering.
Eval Bar loves white,
Joe having
so
a
but
really good opening.
I really have no
Interesting.
idea
I'm sure
how to proceed.
he's playing something that he played before.
Yeah, looks like it. Although Alex is up on the clock, and that might be much better than having an advantage in blitz at least. So
Right.
I like that she is playing fast. So
It's
let's
like a
see if she
20
can keep this
second.
speed up.
I guess I thought for maybe like 30 seconds or so on that
Interesting, not
move.
to fianchetto the bishop, so he's keeping both diagonal open.
But yeah, I thought the same
I
thing
like
as
that.
Papa Botez.
The bishop is much better placed on e7 than on g7.
Way more active, and is keeping the c4 defended for now, and
Yeah.
also the b4.
But yeah, eventually she plays for g5, and that's a big
Joe's spending
opportunity
quite some
for me.
time.
So Joe's last name
Yeah,
is Lee.
I'm
I
down
guess
40
that
seconds
Brune,
here.
It's his nickname from the school.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
maybe.
Papa
Because
Botez
when I
knows
first
Bruin
heard
is
the
from
notes-
UCLA.
Bruins are the team from San Francisco.
It's
or I forgot
UCLA.
the name of the school. I apologize, but I'm
But
sure somebody
Sepper
knows.
thought it was the
Oh.
Bruins from Boston,
Wow. It's funny
but
because
they're different.
the first time that I saw him on
UCLA.
Twitch, his username, I thought that he's maybe Dutch because Bruin, that word in Dutch means brown. So I thought it could be a surname, and it could be a Dutch surname too. So for like a very short time, I thought he could be Dutch or has some Dutch genes.
Sorry,
But then I
Sepper.
learned
No.
it's not even
But
his
it's
surname.
okay.
It's
okay because
honoring,
like people think I'm
UCLA
Dutch, right?
mascot.
Like I think thinking Boston Bruins is closer than thinking that I'm
So,
Dutch.
yeah,
Because at
unfortunately,
least
he's
you
not
know
Dutch,
my real
but,
last name.
Yeah, it's not even his
Come on.
surname, so
Even
doesn't
Papa
matter.
Botez thought I
Okay.
was actually last name Bruin.
what? I think I'm glad that I didn't hear that.
No, I said not
Wait.
everybody can be Dutch, right?
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I guess.
Anyways, yeah, I was down
guess.
like 20, 30 seconds for a lot of it, and I thought I was
By
like
the
kind
way,
of
some
coming
mess
up.
happening in Andrea's game.
And then I get these
see
double
some
rooks on the C
rainbow
file, which is
colors.
so strong.
Right.
Um,
And she's playing against the national master.
And my problem was I
Yeah.
didn't
The
realize
national master
what
is
I
somebody
was
in US over
threatening. So yeah, here she
2300, I
messes
think.
up with G5. So
yeah,
I can
USC
play
one, right?
F5.
Yes.
F5 is a great move, just opening up her king.
Yeah, but
I'm down like 10 seconds.
okay, it's not the worst position.
She's
I
definitely
think
much.
there's
I
still
mean,
a
look
lot
at the eval bar.
lot to be played
Crazy. And I think this might be where she
for. I
blundered.
like her knights more than Black's
Did she
bishop,
trade?
so that's
I
good.
don't. She keeps pushing.
Alex
I
is
trade
really going
pawns.
all in her game.
That's why Blitz is for. The time is
Yes.
kind of close.
And then I don't know. I just mess up somewhere.
Yeah. I'm a little worried about her king though.
Okay, yeah, we left it, and this is where she messed up. She played this
Oh,
so fast. We're like even on time. So
she has to try
basically,
to
I need
find
to just
some
skew her. I
tactical
need to go.
ideas
I need
because
to
her
give the back
position
rank
is
check,
really,
which I
really rough.
miss. As soon as I
Yeah,
played, I
most of the
realized my
blunder, but I
mistake,
guess
and then
if you
she's
lose a
able to
blunder,
defend herself. So that was very
Yeah, she had
unfortunate.
to
But
like
even
now the
still,
knight on d7 is
I'm
pinned,
supposed to be
so she
still
had to
crushing
find a way to
here,
release that knight,
actually.
and now it might be too
But
late.
I start thinking too much. So this is a completely winning position for me.
Yeah,
Of
it would
course,
be
I already
nice
missed
for
my
Alex if she
opportunity
can
with the
try to get
skewer.
some back rank trick
Thank
in,
you for the
but she
positive
cannot access
vibes.
the back rank whatsoever. Queen b4 is a really nice try, but yeah, you just
And
don't
then
have threats
and
in
then
position with
I
black.
just I don't know, she defended and I couldn't find any conversion, so she just kind of slips away. Still very
very
good
fast.
for white, but now I'm less than 10 seconds here.
Yes, both boards in big time
And
trouble.
then she like
Wait,
figures out,
Alex is coming
these
back.
threats on my back rank.
How
She
did that happen?
equalizes.
Oh,
I'm as confused as
We call it
Anamaya.
magic.
some tactic was
Yeah,
missed,
she gets a
which was not
strong
easy
G pawn.
whatsoever. And
Now
now Alex
somehow
is
I'm
back,
winning
although
again, but
Eval
I
is
lose
switching
the
back and
move.
forth
I have no
because
idea
both
what it
players are
is.
very low on time.
Maybe I should just trade
Right, the
rooks and
check
who
over there
knows.
is not good.
And now she's completely winning.
Oh,
He's supposed to take, he
And
didn't.
now it's equal again. And I have less
pawn
than
g3
5
looking good for
seconds.
Alex.
And somehow she blunders.
And she throws in queen f2. And now it's forced mate.
Well, she doesn't play
Oh,
queen
come on,
f2.
Joe.
Oh no.
So now I think she blunders like a perpetual,
Oh,
but then
what
I
is this
flag.
repetition?
And the funny thing
She
is
can't get out of the check.
we could see like
What if she plays king?
you could see from my face, I realized I flagged like a move, like basically as
And she
soon as
throws
it
in queen f2.
happens.
And now it's forced mate.
Oh, come on, Joe.
Oh no.
So I noticed it there, I think, and then
Oh
she
no,
doesn't
this is a
notice it. She's
repetition.
playing, she slows down, and then she
can't get out
realizes
of
the
the
clock.
checks. What if she plays king f7?
And she told me
Oh
later,
no.
she's like looking at the clock
Wait, what
and
happened?
realizing your opponent flag is like waking up on
Looks-
Christmas Day, basically, 'cause it's a free gift.
Yay, I was
Oh,
right.
he flagged.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
poor Joe. No. Oh.
But yeah, that
So, can I say I was correct twice? Once I was, and Andrea's winning?
I kind of have to look
Yes.
at the.
Yeah,
I think Andrea
she
didn't
is.
convert this, if I remember, but
completely winning.
it's kind of sad.
Just has to play fast. Please play fast,
But
Andrea.
she's up 3 pawns to like nothing.
So I was correct. It was a draw on the board.
Yes, you were absolutely correct.
All right, let me look at the game actually. So let me see if I can put it back to how it was. Okay. All right, have a good night, Theo. Thanks for being here. Thank you. All right, so yeah, this position is just fantastic for white. And I just couldn't figure out, like, yeah, I need to go for these light squares and get the king sort of loose. So like queen d3 is a very logical move, right? Just threatening check. Very strong. I go here. It's not the best, but still pretty decent for white. Apparently now you can castle, which is ridiculous. But okay, queen here, and I just didn't realize my threat. Like the queen could not lift because I just have this skewer on the back rank. So that was unfortunate. As soon as I had played, I realized, shoot, I missed the skewer. And then she immediately defends it, of course, and defends the knight as well. Probably I should bring the knight in. Okay, I go here to cut the king off, I guess. She goes there. Now I bring the knight in. Trade, trade. She goes for the queen trade, of course. I keep the queens on. She comes back, and now here, probably I have bishop h4. Or no, maybe I get back rank mated. I don't know. I don't know. I have something here, clearly. So apparently I can trade on d7, which I do. Now it's bishop h4 is the move. Now I play bishop h4. Okay. Well, so, okay, bishop h4. This is maybe a little weird, right? here takes. Oh, it's pinned. Duh. Damn. So I missed bishop h4, of course. Even still now, it's very much winning. So I go here. Now I'm trying to get in this diagonal. King is back. I go here. Now position's equal. Queen f7. Threatening mate. I try to make some space, but of course she locks that down. And now I cover. Now she's trying to go here, I guess. Yeah, this is just brutal, man. I don't know. I don't know what I can do now. So yeah, here she needed to play queen f2, or even sacking, actually. Wow, this is just forced mate. Here, here, here. Very beautiful mating sequence. But of course, she goes for the like worst angle to do it, and now queen takes g3 is a draw. King here, queen d3, king g7, queen g3, and that's when she realized that I had flagged. So very unfortunate. So yeah, this is a draw. If she tries to go somewhere else, like let's say here, then I just have rook d8 check, and it's gonna be mate. Similarly, if you go here, now I have queen f3 check, apparently. Here, now I'll have some sort of mate with queen f6, rook to d8. So, yeah, I think a draw would have been a fair result. But of course, I should have just won earlier. Really, the thing I missed was this skewer right here. This is a big blunder. This is a big skewer. Of course, I just miss it. But even still, after that, I missed this really nice, like takes bishop h4 here. Would have been very, very smooth. Very nice move. Here, if something like this, wow, rook c8 just mate in one. That's crazy. Or queen e8 is mate in two. But yeah, man, we were both so winning and we both just messed up. It's blitz, so that's how it goes sometimes. So yeah, that's my recap of both National Open and the Naroditsky Memorial. I do want to show off this poster. So everyone that signed up for the tournament got to get this free poster, and I ended up getting it signed by just a ton of people. Very cool black and white photo of Daniel. And the biggest signature, literally and figuratively, this big curved one here in the middle, that's Senderov. So we got Senderov. The only signature that I really missed out on, I'd say, is Fabi. But I feel like I could maybe get Fabi still because we both live in St. Louis. So to be determined if we can get him later. Otherwise, if I did get him, I'd probably have it framed by now. Yeah, thanks, Ruby. I am very proud of it. I'm definitely going to cherish this. We got all the streamers to sign it. I met John Bartholomew for the first time. Houseline for the first time. I mean, there's so many people here that I can't even recognize the signatures. One cool one, though, I would say the one player I was really kind of starstruck by, I think it's this one. Yeah. It starts with a B, but apparently that's how you sign the letter V in Russian. It was Vasil Ivanchuk. I was like, that was quite literally the one player there that I was like starstruck by. I just think Ivanchuk is just such a legend, just so cool. Yeah, I met Bortnik for the first time as well. Um, so yeah, very cool events. They plan on making it annual, so I'm already excited to go again next year. Yeah, John Bartholomew swept the creator tournament. It was insane. He won a perfect score. It was funny. I walked up to him right after the eighth round, and he had one round to go. He was perfect 8 out of 8, and like maybe someone would be able to tie him or something if he lost the last round. So I asked him, I said, John, who are you playing in the last round? And he said, I'm playing Andrea. So I said, she's gonna give you the toughest game of them all. And he was like, yeah, she could play spoiler for sure. So Andrea was winning that last game. That's funny. Um, the overall mood, I think it shifted, Ruby. Overall, I think it was a good positive experience for pretty much everyone. I think people were happy to be there. But of course, it is sad. Like if you watch some of the interviews that Chess Base India did, there were definitely some touching moments. Danya's mom was there. She made like the first move of the round, um, for like the ceremonial first move, and Peter was the organizer. I think did a great job, and yeah, like obviously people knew why everyone was there, and we're all very sad that Danya passed away still, and um, I think people like we would all wish that Danya was still here, obviously. So it's just kind of bittersweet. Like it's fun to get together and to play chess, and it was a fun tournament, and it was fun to see everyone that showed up. But like on the other hand, um, the reason why we were all there and playing was for Danya. So um, yeah, tough. Um, I could say a lot more, I'd say, about like what Danya meant to me and to the community at large, but um, I'll just to put it shortly, like it meant a lot to be there. So, like I said, they plan on doing it annually, and I plan on going again. So, yeah, definitely very fun overall. All right. I think that's kind of it. So that was just earlier this month. It's been like 3 weeks now since then. Um, I don't really have any serious travel plans or tournament plans, at least until October. Um, October, I'll be going to Greece, so that's really cool and exciting, for chess.com. Um, Next OTB, yeah, I really don't have plans for a classical tournament. Someone mentioned North American Open. That's probably going to be the most likely next tournament. That's every December, right after Christmas, so that would be a while. If I wanted to, probably, they've got some like Rapid and Blitz tournaments here in St. Louis every like Friday and Saturday that I could do. But as far as classical goes, I don't really have anything seriously planned. So, yeah, if something pops up, like, I mean, people talk about going to Europe. Like, I think there's like Maya would be really fun to play in. I don't exactly know. Like, I haven't looked into any of it, so I don't know the dates. Um, like, I think if you ask me in general if I would like to play in Europe, I would say yes. That sounds like a bucket list item to me. Sounds really fun, really cool. So like Maya would be a great example of a tournament. Um, but also like Reykjavik, I think would sort of be a bucket list item. Like that would be really cool. I don't even know when that is. Um, So yeah, I have like ideas of competing. I just have zero planning, zero thoughts, and haven't looked into any of it. So I just know like if I were to travel to Europe, it'd be very expensive to compete for a tournament and have to like work with my schedule. So yeah, I am going to Greece though, but it's not to play. It's just more so for fun. Yeah, I don't think there's any serious tournaments that are going to be happening then, but I'm excited to go. I've never been to Greece, so yeah. Anyways, I think we're gonna find someone to raid. So yeah, thanks everyone for being here, for sticking around, for hanging out. Let's raid Sabrina. We will be giving a lesson to Sabrina sometime soon, probably later this week. So stick around for that. Stay tuned whenever that may be. Yeah, thanks Ruby. See ya Poker Bras. And see ya Sepper. And everyone else that was here. 6 to 7 months out. I think people can plan around like Maya or Reykjavik probably, or like maybe some other tournament. I don't know. We just kind of have to agree on what that would be. I mean, I think last time Maya happened, like so many streamers went and they had like a ton of fun. So yeah, it makes these events really cool to go be a part of because you get to meet so many awesome people. All right, I'll see you all over at Sabrina's channel. Give her a follow if you haven't already. Show her some love and support, and I'll see you all over there. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next time, probably for our lesson with Sabrina, actually. All right, take care, everyone. Much love. Peace out. Take care of yourselves. Happy weekend. Bye.